Good.
Right now. Gene Simmons. Do you think Gene Simmons is the best bass player of all time, Michelle?
I think he's the worst bass player. Well, maybe not the worst. There's probably
you just
someone
said he
worse
was the
than him.
best.
That's a fucking bold-faced lie.
That's
Gene
not a
Simmons
lie.
is not a good bass player.
He's
you know
the
who's
god
a
of
good?
thunder.
You know who? James Jamerson is an amazing bass player.
Who's that?
Look it up.
James Jamerson.
James Jamerson.
Don't tease me.
Every great funky ass bass line in the old Motown songs is pretty much him. You know, because he was part of the Wrecking Crew, part of like they had studio musicians, you know, in Detroit, and people would come in and they'd record, and they had these fucking amazing jazz players as the backing band, and James Jamerson was one of them, and honestly, he's been an inspiration to me. Oh, I guess we are live since I see someone commenting about Gene Simmons.
Did you? No, we're not live.
Yes,
we haven't gone live yet. You're completely not live at all.
Fucking with me.
Nope. Hey, what do you think? Who played the bass in "Superstitious" by Stevie Wonder? He's the best.
That was either Jamerson or Bob Babbitt, but I'm pretty sure it's Jamerson. But so here's the thing about Jamerson. Jamerson was a wee bit of an alcoholic. And so he would come up with amazing bass lines, but not always be able to play them recording wise, because like when he recorded the last Marvin Gaye album, they had him on his back in the studio. He recorded the whole album flat on his back.
Drunk?
Yeah. So
that's fantastic.
But a lot of times Bob Babbitt would come in and basically record the lines, but don't believe the hype. Babbitt didn't come up with them. Those were Jamerson lines.
Did Gene Simmons ever play like this?
Gene Simmons, I believe, sucked some cock, but that's about all he did. I think
he might have. He looks like he sucks a cock.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you like sucking cock, I 100%, support you. But fuck Gene Simmons.
I said Gene Simmons in like the whole mood of the conversation, and I knew that would get you because I knew bass players like hate
because
Gene
I get that all the time. It's like
I know bass players hate Gene Simmons. I'm like I know real musicians don't like him.
Like he's just not good.
He's a dick too.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
What? Wait. On YouTube somewhere, and Carol K played the bass in a lot of the Beatles stuff that was recorded in the 60s, and she was a female bass player who worked for Motown. Sometimes she recorded for Jamerson even. Like Carol K is an amazing bass player, and she is old now. And there's a video on YouTube from maybe 5 years ago where Gene Simmons is playing the bass and Carol K is like watching, and she is ripping him a new asshole because he sucks. But to see it coming from Carol K, who has got the chops, and she has the creds, someone check it out. If someone finds it, like post the link, because that's an amazing video. The basis for Primus, who's the basis for Primus?
Claypool. Yeah, they just put him in the chat. Les Claypool.
He's an amazing bass player.
Yeah, he's a great bassist.
Yeah.
I was listening to Wynonna's Big Brown Beaver the other day. That song's bad as fuck. That video is crazy too, if you've ever seen it.
Oh, I love
that name is awesome.
Amazing. Yeah.
Wynonna's Big Brown Beaver.
Charlie says she's fired up. Who's this Charlie guy?
He's
what the hell? Where's this dude even at?
He's a dickhead. Oh, what the hell? He's a dick. Oh shit, he's right there. Right over here. Well, wait a minute. Let me hold on a second. You guys are trying to take the show over. This is my show. Let me do the intro. Welcome to your Vape Hot Tub. It is Friday. It's Friday show. You know what we like to do on Fridays? We like to get bubbly.
Puff.
We don't do that. We get bubbly.
No,
well, you can get bubbly. You can get puffy puff.
Because I normally say wubba lubba dub dub. And
you can rub a dub dub.
Yeah, but yeah, Mowgli, you're right, man. 100% today.
We like to get my name is Mudsberry. We like to get bubbly. We like to get sudsy. It's Vape Hot Tub. Today we're just gonna have some fun. Get the weekend started. It is the weekend. It's getting colder out, but it's still nice out.
Yeah, it's cold. I've got my heat.
Might be your last weekend to party. Might be your last weekend to go outside and really take it downtown. We did a show early today. I have a birthday dinner at 6:00 tonight, so I had to start the show a little early. Thank God Michelle and Charlie were both available. We're early. We're like mid-afternoon. We're like your drive at 5. We're like you driving home. Just put us on the radio.
Yeah, totally. Dude, I'm just like imagining that. We could do it.
We could do it. We should do
we
a podcast.
We could do it.
I'd like to do a podcast.
Yeah, we just need to get an Airbnb with a nice hot tub and some studio lights, and boom.
I'm like tempted to do this like radio DJ voice right now, but my throat hurts so bad today. and it's like amazing if I could even fucking speak. That's right, because at 4:36 today on Friday afternoon here in Philadelphia, we're here with your drive at 5. Thanks for joining us. Let's get back to the music with some Kiss. And that really shitty bass player, Gene Simmons.
You guys want to smoke out? Here's some Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. Remember Smoke on the Water? That's the only song I can play on the guitar, Michelle.
Dude, like, honestly, that might be one of the first things I learned how to play.
That is.
Michelle has a good radio.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's so easy. You know,
it's really hard. That's super. That's an awesome guitar song. It's basic,
it's super
but
easy to play that song, which is why it's like good to teach a beginner that.
No, that's super hard. What are you talking about? That's a hard song.
Not
I'm
for
a
the bass
master of the
player,
guitar. I can play
Not for the bass player. For the bass player, that's a super easy song.
Gene Simmons can play that.
Gene Simmons could definitely play that.
Gene Simmons can play. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. We're early. I hope some people are joining in, having some
We're getting
fun.
nothing done.
We're gonna kick it around the horn here. We're gonna go to our honorable guest, the wonderful Michelle Doldime. Michelle, what are you vaping on today? I know what you're smoking on. What?
Yeah, you
you
saw
vaping
that.
on?
You saw
I
that before I
did.
came in here.
That was illegal. I've reported you to the proper authorities.
That's good. I hope so. Because by the way, let me speak on that for a second. Pennsylvania has recreational weed.
Do they?
Or no, we're getting recreational weed. Sorry. Sure. Tom Wolf, our governor, is going to make that happen. Thank God. We have medicinal weed, is what I meant. But even still, like even before that, Philly decriminalized it for smaller amounts. So like if you're caught walking down the street in Philly with like a bag of weed and you're dumb enough to maybe hold it out in front of you, that's a $50 ticket.
$50.
That's it.
Do they take it?
Probably.
They probably take it.
Probably, I would assume so.
That sucks.
Yeah, that would suck. But my point is that even if you're like walking down the street in Philly smoking a doob in front of a cop because you're a fucking idiot, that's $100 ticket.
Yeah, like you won't get arrested.
No, it's not a crime or anything like that. And I'm sure they'll take your spliff and then use it themselves. But
see, it's criminalized as fuck here.
Yeah, I mean,
you're in Louisiana,
dude. It's the safest drug there is.
Like,
Tylenol is more dangerous than weed is.
Tylenol killed folks in the 80s.
You take too many Tylenol, your liver's gone.
You can die.
Like you will need a liver transplant in order to live. I mean, wait, sorry. What was I? Was I supposed to be doing a vape buffet or something?
Something, but you're too stoned.
I am. I
think you're too stoned. It's going to be very easy to get you off topic today.
Oh fuck yeah.
That is lovely.
I'm like a 12.
Are you vaping on anything?
I vape on this like every single day.
The Doldime.
Yeah, this isn't Doldime 16 with a dual MOSFET board inside that I put in there.
Oh, nice.
And with of course a TM24 Pro with an Eclipse cap and clove juice inside.
I knew it.
You know, I mean, it's like this is why we don't do vape buffets on That's What She Said, because we vape the same shit all the time.
I knew she was vaping cloves.
And then I'm vaping this. This is pre-Doldime, although it has Doldime stickers on it. This is like one of the first mods I ever made.
Wow, nice.
Just a little dual parallel. And
that's nice.
And then I've been this was a retro vape from the show last week. And I'm vaping on this. This is a mechanical button Doldime. So I just made this really awesome. I made a really simple lever system. It's not a lever system, but I don't know. Hopefully people can see that.
Wow, it is so clean.
And then all you do is you just, where's the button? There it is. You know, that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah, it fires hard as fuck.
I heard a crackle.
Yeah, there's like no resistance in this at all.
Is that a series box?
No, it's parallel.
Parallel.
And then I have a, god damn it, I don't know how the cat gets her hair up here on the mods. It's ridiculous.
I didn't shit the bed, Jane.
Fuck.
Jane said she thinks I should. Charlie, what are you vaping on down there?
And then I forget what this is.
Oh.
I'm actually putting batteries in.
What? I don't know what that is. That looks kind of old.
I've no idea. It is. It's from Sammy Nitro gave this to me. And I'm just forgetting what it is. God damn, it's... Someone in chat help me out, please. Wait, it's an Aria.
Aria.
Aria God damn it, dude! Like I'm trying to read this and like
I want
I'm
the
old.
Can I play the Jeopardy theme song?
Yeah, please do. PH phenotype. It's the
Oh, pheno. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You can have your show back.
Oh shit!
All right,
Phonotype.
cool.
Phonotype says Addy. Addy knows all the. Oh yes. What's up, Frank? Devil Vapor in the house. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? He said hi to Michelle and Charlie. Didn't say hi to me. Well, hello, Devil Vapor.
Hello.
So you want to hear what I'm vaping on, Scott?
Yeah. What are you vaping on, Charlie?
I am vaping on the Guardian Warlocks. Yeah, Guardian Warlocks from Mark Clough.
Oh, one of Mark's boxes.
Yep.
From Gathering Vapor.
Yep. The new mesh pods, they're not from Lost Vape though. They're like third party on the Orion. I got those 2 days ago to try for the rally. And a Vupu Find S pod system.
How's that?
It's pretty good. I'm more spoiled to auto draw than I thought. I didn't even think I liked auto draw, and I got used to it with the Caliburn, and now it seems weird to press the button.
I always hit the button on my Caliburn, always. At least at the beginning, and then I let it go once it starts pulling on it.
I don't know much about pods, to be honest with you guys. So you're talking about like the ones where you just pull on it and it automatically fires. You don't have to push a button at all.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, so we're gonna start today out. Michelle, we do this thing around here called Funny News. Charlie does it. It's very fun. Typically very fun. Charlie, got any funny news for us today?
We do. We have a few stories. It was kind of slow in the crazy news department. Did you hear about the big thing going on with the gender reveal parties?
Gender reveal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like where they have a party and they announce what gender the baby's going to be.
Yeah, it's like a baby gender reveal.
But this is like before the baby's even born.
Yeah, the woman's pregnant.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I come from I'm Russian, both sides of my family,
Russian
and we're
risky?
pretty. Well, yeah, like my family came here in 1917.
You communist, Michelle?
It wasn't. Well, when my family left Russia, it wasn't communist yet. It was still the Tsar was murdering them, and so they fled. Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like my great grandmom on my mom's side. Did you go to Canada? No, they came to America. One side came to Ellis Island, and one through Galveston, Texas, in 1917. Shit. Yeah, for real. Anyway, but there's a superstition. You don't like get furniture for the baby's room until the baby's born. You don't, because it's like you're jinxing it. And so to me, like a gender reveal party is like you're jinxing that birth.
Yeah, because if they happen to be wrong and go out and buy all these freaking girls' clothes and girls' furniture and stuff, and then a boy comes out the chamber. So anyway, this is like a big deal, Scott. Kind of like the smash cakes were. Like, if you're a social media person, you have to have a gender reveal party and make it look good on Instagram.
If you're what?
If you're like a social media Instagrammer, like you're one of those parents that post everything on Facebook, you got to have it. So like car guys, they'll get like a big diesel truck and have it shoot like pink or blue flames out the exhausts to say if it's a boy or a girl.
Okay.
Or like they'll cut open a cake, and if it's blue, it's a boy, and if it's pink,
that I've heard about.
So they gotten really crazy, and a woman died in Tennessee last week
at a gender reveal party.
Yeah, apparently they had some sort of a explosion. It
wasn't the mom, was it?
I don't think so.
Okay, I get it.
It was an explosion. I guess it was going to be like smoke and glitter and stuff was supposed to explode out to say if it's going to be a boy or a girl.
Wait. I'm sorry, Charlie. What state was this again?
This was in Iowa.
Iowa. Hot guys.
There's only two things in Iowa: steers and queers. You don't look like a steer, boy.
You don't look like no steer.
So it says a woman in Iowa died during a gender reveal announcement on Saturday after flying debris from an explosion of what amounted to be a homemade pipe bomb struck her.
So shrapnel, not flying debris. She got hit by fucking shrapnel.
Yep, shrapnel.
At
a
gender reveal party.
Imagine how that played out.
There was like It's become a big problem, and I first ran across it because someone said, "Oh no,
maybe don't put a pipe bomb in your cake."
Someone was like, "Oh no, another person dies. We need to ban gender reveal parties."
No, we need to ban stupid people.
Yeah, there you go.
Ban stupid people, and the problems will all go away.
A border patrol agent apparently had a gender reveal party out west, I think in Arizona, which started a forest fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it led to like $8 million in property damage.
Holy shit! They need to ban gender reveal parties.
Yeah, so
these need to go underground.
It's a freaking epidemic, basically.
It is. It sounds like an epidemic to me.
Yeah.
Were any kids injured? That's the key. You gotta kill kids.
If they weren't, they're about to be probably.
You gotta kill kids. That's the way to get things banned. Kill some kids.
That's right.
You know what? Whatever makes people happy, as long as they're not assholes and stupid about it. And these people need to be just banned. I mean, I guess the one woman banned herself. She took herself out.
What?
So,
didn't you say a woman died at a gender reveal party? Was that the woman who planned the party, I hope?
Probably.
It doesn't say.
Or was it like an innocent bystander getting hit by shrapnel?
It says
hey, went to the friend's house, got hit by shrapnel today.
The woman, Pamela, died instantly after she was struck in the head by a piece of metal.
Yeah, shrapnel.
So was it a boy or a girl? Did they? Was it revealed?
This is horrible.
I'm checking right now.
that part lost its importance after the fucking shrapnel went in Cherry's neck.
That, right. The family was trying to create a device that could shoot powder into the air to share the gender of the baby. Gunpowder was placed at the bottom of a homemade stand that was welded to a metal base.
Well, there's like first of all, gunpowder. How about compressed air? Maybe no explosion that way, perhaps. Like gunpowder to start. Jesus Christ, people.
Yeah, I have a feeling the man planned this.
Devil Vapor said it hit her in the head, and then the shrapnel went another 132
Holy
meters.
Crap.
Damn.
It's like Trailer Park Boys did it. Like that's what I'm picturing. Like a bunch of fucking idiots standing around drinking. Like, look,
it says she was.
I'm gonna pour enough dynamite in this motherfucker. This baby's reveal is going to be epic. Let me tell you.
And the crazy thing is that I just looked at the second story, and they don't say if it was a boy or a girl.
Oh, that's a fail then. That's a fail.
Wait, was it the mother who died?
Well, I hope not.
No, they make it sound like a guest, but they don't specify. And she was 56, so she would have been an older mother if she was pregnant.
She lived long enough.
I guess I don't have much time left to go then.
Neither do I.
In Australia, a car that began slowly expelling blue smoke to announce the gender of a baby burst into flames. The driver jumped out of the vehicle and was convicted of dangerous operation of a car. These gender reveal parties, man.
These people are wasting oxygen for people that really need it.
They need to be banned.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah, like Devil Vapor just wrote it. It's sad, but what do you expect when you fill a metal pipe with gunpowder? Yeah, I mean, like,
as kids.
Putting gunpowder in a metal pipe to begin with, you know that's not.
But as a kid, Scott, you were taught by someone about how much gunpowder you should put in.
Not really. As much that would fit.
So we have a video for our next news story.
Oh, I love the video. I love video.
Do we get to watch it like ourselves in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's the best part of the funny news. Oh shit!
Now, can they still hear us while we're watching?
What's going on? They're eating the toilet paper.
Wait, is this Mo D and his kangaroos?
What are you doing?
Damn, food must be scarce.
Well, dude, they eat plants, right? That's paper. It's made from trees.
That's true. Good point.
Right? Kind of. Ish.
Dude, they're so cute.
Yeah, until they fuck you up.
Not even disturbing his not even disturbing his meal at all.
They're giant rodents.
So apparently it was backpackers hiking like on a nature trail.
Oh, and that was like a public little rest stop.
Yeah, that was a little restroom, and they went in there, and the freaking kangaroos were just like chilling, unrolling the toilet paper.
Now, did they announce the gender of their next Joey to be born? Did I get that right? Is it Joey? I think it is.
Nice.
I think I could be completely wrong, but whatever.
So it says it was British backpackers. So it happened across the pond.
That had to be in Australia. There's no kangaroos in.
No, I think you say it was British backpackers
It was British
in
people
Australia.
in Australia, yeah.
Yeah, they were going. They were checking on the people that they sent to jail in Australia.
Yeah,
that's true.
Making sure they're still contained and all that.
Exactly.
Oh shit! How'd they get a whole country over here?
It's a continent. Entire fucking continent.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is that all we got this week, Charlie? Is that it for funny news?
That's it.
Right on. So, Charlie, you got any advocacy stuff that we need? Of course, we have November 9th coming up. Almost just a little over a week.
That's right.
Over a week is the Washington D.C. rally.
Next Saturday.
Now, are you going, Phil? Are you going to Michelle? Are you going to go?
I'm like 50-50 right now. My friend who I was going to go with, he can't go. He's got a couple of gigs, and so. What I'm worried about is getting down there and then my back being so fucking tweaked from the ride that I can't even fucking walk.
Yeah.
You know,
that's gonna have to do a lot of walking.
Yeah, I know. Because I actually used to date someone who worked in like the DC area, and you're not going to be able to park anywhere near.
No.
You know, so I've got to figure out like how my back's going to be, because when I raced cars for 20 years, man. I have fucked up my back.
You raced cars?
Haven't we talked about this, dude?
No, but we will right now.
Okay, yeah. I raced.
What kind of cars did you race?
For the first 10 years, I started like with karting, but not like fun karts, like 90-mile-an-hour karts.
Get out of here! They go 90 miles an hour. There's nothing over top of you, right?
No. So actually, well, the first kart I got was a 5-horsepower Briggs & Stratton class, but the engines were bored. And the carbs were opened up considerably because they all ran on alcohol.
Yeah.
And those were good for about 50-55 miles an hour. The 90-mile-an-hour cart was a direct drive 2-stroke, so there was no clutch. It was basically push go. So you would start the cart on a stand, right, just to get the engine warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
Stop the engine, put it on the ground, sit in it. Someone gives you a push, and then you go. You can't stop because the engine is directly connected to the wheels.
Right.
So that was a 125 cc 2-stroke engine. It was a Yamaha,
like a dirt bike engine. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was specifically made for karting.
Okay.
It was a kart engine, and that did 90. And the tires would last like one race. They were just like gumballs. And then from there, I went Skip Barber Racing School, got my license, and I did some Formula Dodge, Formula Ford, Formula 2000, Spec Racer Ford. This is all like SCCA regional racing.
Wow.
And then after about 10 years, I just kind of like got to the point like, okay, my pipe dream of like one day becoming like a Formula One driver clearly isn't going to happen. And then the next 10 years, it was all vintage stuff. And so I started in vintage racing with a 1958 Porsche 356A that I restored.
Wow.
And I had always raced, purpose-built race cars, open cockpit. Right. And so I restored that car, spent way too much money. First race at Lime Rock up in Connecticut, I realized what a huge fucking mistake it was, because no matter how race car you make a car, it's never like an actual race car.
Right.
It's never that precise. And so I raced that for a year. I then started racing a 1959 Formula Junior. It was an Elva 100 series. They're made in the UK. And I loved that car to death. That car, the engine was in front of you at your feet, but behind the front wheels. So it was technically mid-engine. The transmission went directly between your legs, then went to a drop box to go under your seat to the rear axle. And the whole car weighed like 850 pounds with me in it. It was just thin tube framing with fiberglass body. That thing was amazing. I love that to death, but that's the one I had a really bad crash out in California. That's why I have titanium in my body.
Wow.
And so my mechanic rebuilt it, but on the condition that if he rebuilt it, I would agree to sell it, because, you know, those cars just were never built to be strong. You know, it's a 1959 car.
Yeah.
Even though we were still, and it still happens today, like you still run these bias ply Dunlop tires made at this factory in England that's still pumping out vintage race tires. But you're still but the top pounds are better. So you're putting more strain on everything, and everything's old and it breaks and you're going to kill yourself. So I agreed to sell it. He rebuilt it. I sold it to a man in Sweden who came over. He's still racing it today. And then I started racing vintage Formula Fords. I had a 72 Royale, and then a 77 Merlin Mark 30, which was my last race car. And then I just stopped. You know, honestly, I tell people I stopped racing because like my body can't take it anymore, but I stopped racing because I can't afford it anymore. My body definitely can't take it, but I'm dumb enough that if somebody's like, here,
yeah, right,
I'll be like 100%, you know, I'll totally do it. But yeah, I love that. I've always been into like mechanical things. Like I remember being 8 years old watching Formula One with my dad, you know, and that was 1978. Mario Andretti won the F1 Prix that year. And Scott, you probably know this, but Mario Andretti is from Pennsylvania. You know,
I did not know that.
Yeah, from Nazareth, which is like a couple hours north of here. So you know, the Andretti family is always, you know, if you're in Pennsylvania, you kind of have to love anything Andretti. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. You know me, my mental state right now. I got completely sidetracked into that story.
Oh, it's interesting. I mean, so you were racing. Did you make a living off of racing?
No. It was it was a hobby. I mean, I was definitely trying to get a ride for the first 10 years, like trying to get noticed, and it didn't work out. I mean, I am good at it. It's definitely a good racer, but I just didn't start early enough.
It's kind of one of those all or nothing things, and like you said, the amount of expense to keep it going has got to be just unbelievable.
If you give me like a couple of seconds here, I can show you some photos.
I'd like to see that. Yeah, picture your cars and everything.
Some of them, yeah. Well, most of them. It's just a matter of finding them. Let me find like a good one of the Elva.
My wife thinks she's a race car driver.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, dude. Honestly, everyone on the road sucks balls.
I don't. I'm
a great. You driver. Probably do. Everyone who thinks they're a good driver.
I go the speed limit and I stay in the right lane.
That was my Elva, my 1959 Elva. If I can get to focus, hold on.
Wow, look at that. That's you?
That's me.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So you can see there's not much to those cars. You know.
No. And those tires, man.
I mean that's there's not much margin for error there. Like if something happens, like
dude, here's the fun thing, okay? If people in chat, if you guys right now, well, not right now, after the show, Jesus, Danielle, come on, Danielle's blowing up my phone right now. Hold on, let me make sure that she's not like, get off that show now. You're too fucking high, and you were gonna kick me off. That's what she said.
Danielle's like, I hate that fucking BlackCat. He's a dick. He talks about kids vaping all the time.
Hold on, let me just start live on show right now. Okay, let me get back to the other thing. Let's see. Jesus Christ almighty.
So let's talk about the rally real quick.
Yeah, let's do it, man. What you got? So, Charlie, when do you leave out?
I'm flying out late Thursday night. So we get there like middle of the night or early morning Friday. So I'll be there Friday during the day and Saturday for the rally. So
nice.
I was able to get Jennifer's going with me, and I was able to get her ticket basically free if we stayed 3 nights. So flying out Thursday. So I'm trying to coordinate. My shirts got lost in the mail for the rally, so I'm trying to coordinate getting them in before my flight. Oh wow!
Oh Lord, look at that!
Hold on, why is it not? There we go. Focus. That's my Formula Ford.
Wow!
Oh my God, that doesn't look like a hobby to me. That looks like the real deal.
It's pretty serious.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a beautiful car.
Thanks. Yeah,
Holy
I just,
cow,
oh,
I
that's
guess-
I was gonna say. So I started. I used to really enjoy watching stuff with my dad, and my dad was always in the cars. And you know, like I've ridden motorcycles for 25 years. Like I like mechanical things.
Yeah.
You know, my dad is who taught me to solder. My dad is who taught me to braze weld. I vape, I vote.
Yes, I vape, I vote. Fuck
Um,
yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry, I'm having some brain issues right now. What I was going to say is, if you go onto my YouTube channel, which is I guess you can click on my name at some point, and you go, I have like 1,000 videos. Most of it's music, but if you search Elva, ELVA, or search Merlin, I have in-car footage posted on my YouTube. You can see me racing.
Oh, cool.
The cars.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's really cool. I knew you were a race car driver and stuff, but I didn't know you had the videos on your channel.
Oh yeah.
Now I got a question for you about race cars. It's probably something but this is always something that blew me away. How do you go so fast and stay so close to the car in front of you? Like,
All right.
how do you
So,
do that? How do you
gonna-
avoid like not hitting them when they're changing speed?
So, I have a video right like on my thing. You can go check it out where there's a pass, and I come up behind the car. Right, I come up. This was at Lime Rock. I come down the downhill, and I'm behind him, and then you can hear me get close enough to him, and you can hear the engine's RPM, which is already like straining. This is like a 1-liter engine inside that thing, and as I get up close to him, you can hear the engine RPM start to kind of rise a little bit because he's breaking the wind for me. Okay, and the closer I get to him, the more I'm getting sucked up into him, and I'm suddenly going faster than I can possibly go on my own down that, right? But the trick is to get as close as you fucking can and pull out just in time that you can carry that extra little speed that you just gained on him while you were behind him in his windstream and use it to get around. And I did, then I fucking muffed the next corner. And you get to see me wipe out too. But the thing is that because you're, especially like I've always been like open wheeled most of the time. If you time that wrong and my front left tire hits his back right rear tire to tire, open wheel race cars, we're probably, both of us are probably going to be on our heads.
Yeah.
Because the forces that get generated, you will literally get tossed over.
Oh my God.
So you have to be super careful about that. But let me explain how you do it. When you start racing, you're not going to start in whatever, you're not going to start like in a higher class of formula cars. You're going to start something slow. And no matter how slow it is, even if it's like that first kart that I raced, that 5 horsepower Briggs and Stratton, that only did like, 50, let's say, everything moves super fast. It's coming at you like your brain can't keep up. By the end of that first day of racing, my neck was like flopping in the wind. I couldn't hold my head up anymore because, you're going around corners in a cart pulling almost 2 Gs and your helmet weighs a lot that you're not used to. So, but over time, what happens is your brain adapts to the speed. Your brain adapts to what you're doing. Your body calms down. You find relaxation in it. And then your brain actually slows things down. And it would get to the point where I was racing at Summit Point, West Virginia one year, and I was standing there with my mechanic, Kurt. We were at one of the bridges, and these cars are going underneath us, one of the other classes that are racing. And I say to Kurt, like, holy fuck, I had no idea, like, we're going that fast down that part of the straight. And he looks at me and he's like, you guys go much faster than that. But when you're in the race car itself and you're used to it and you've been doing it for years, and I used to teach racing even, things slow down. Things are coming at me in slow motion because your brain is all hyped up, sped up on adrenaline, and things are going so fast in here that everything on the outside world slows down. And so even though you're pulling up super close to somebody to make a pass or whatever, it's not happening as fast as what you see. Your brain slowed everything down. You're so hyper focused, but it's also why I found racing so relaxing, because your brain would be so focused on what you're doing that you can't think about anything else going on in the world. You can't think about any problems you have. You can't think about anything. And there is an absolute peace and relaxation that comes from what most people think of as like an adrenaline junkie kind of thing. And it's not.
Right. Yeah. I would say the same thing. I drag race, and it's the same way.
Wait a minute, Charlie, you drag race?
Yeah.
Really?
My other hobby. Yeah.
For real? Like a top fuel or a funny car, or like what do you drag race? Like
No,
not obviously
I
not
run,
those because they're too expensive.
stock
But...
class door slammers.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I never
So
see. We learn all kinds of new
race
stuff.
like
I didn't know any of this.
Force or anything like that.
How is it? Okay, so how is it compared to like pole position? Have you ever played pole position? The race car
Arcade game? It's nothing like that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it isn't?
No, like
you think you could beat me in pole position?
No, here's the thing: when
I
you're
bet you I could beat
racing,
you.
your body is getting fucking mashed.
Is it
Like
really?
I broke when I was karting, I broke ribs not from hitting anything, just from the impact because there's no suspension. The fiberglass seats wrap around you so you don't fall the fuck out. And I've broken ribs. Like it hurts. When I was racing formula cars, I used to wear knee pads on the outside edges of my knees because they get fucking so smashed into the frame that's right there. You get beaten the fuck out of. I mean, when you're done a race, like we used to do enduro races that were only 45 minutes long. But let me tell you something, 45 minutes racing is like a fucking marathon. You're dead. You're spent.
I always wondered how they did that.
Dude, the guys that run F1, they're amazing athletes. They're like marathon runner like level athletes. Like,
yeah.
You have to be. You know, like I bitch and moan about pulling 2 Gs in a cart. They're pulling like 3.5 to 4 sometimes in those F1 cars. It's insane. Or like Charlie's talking about those drag racers, they pull shit tons of Gs coming off the line, but when they pull that fucking chute, it's something like 7 Gs.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
It's insane. Sorry, I you know what? I fucking love cars. I can talk about cars constantly. Or racing things I can talk about.
Yeah.
Also, I could talk about probably anything right now, but I want to show you some more pictures.
I want to see more pictures. I'm like blown away.
This is not the Indy car behind it was not mine. This was at my my mechanic's shop, but this was my 72 Royale. And that's Ari Leyendijk's F1 car underneath that car cover. That ran at Indy, by the way. That's actually ran at the Indy 500. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And you know what? There's video of that. I was a fucking idiot. We were at New Hampshire International Speedway, and it was like broken up. Like most of the weekend for us was like the road racing portion, right? But Kurt had his Indy car there they had ran like an oval day, the first day of the event. And so he took his Indy car out on the oval, and I took my fucking Elva Formula car out to follow him because I was filming him. I fucking blew my transmission on the oval in my Elva because like a Formula car is not meant for that sustained like top end just
yeah. And
I literally blew my transmission out trying to just fucking, and you can't keep up. I'm gonna fucking, they were very mismatched, but he actually offered me to take his Indy car out on the oval, and I declined. Why? Because if you've ever raced around an oval, there's a fucking concrete wall there all the time. And what if I fucked up?
Yeah,
it happens. What if I put an Indy car into a wall? I can't afford to fix it. There's no insurance on race cars.
Would you have to pay for it?
Yeah.
I'd be like, you offered, dude.
Yeah. If someone offers you to drive their race car and you crash it, you pay to repair it.
You think so?
I know so. Those are the rules.
Sorry about that. The car got messed up. Just flung back in the pit. Be like, I don't know what happened, dude. Something's wrong with your car,
dude. No. Plus,
can you play it off?
He was my mechanic.
Could you just play it off?
No, he was my mechanic. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, it's true. Then he wouldn't work on your car.
I knew a guy that
I wrecked my dad's Oldsmobile when I was 16. I ran into something. I just played it off. I was like, I didn't hit anything. Dad's like, there's a scratch right here. You ran. I was like, I didn't do that. He's like, you're the only one who's drove it. I don't know what happened. Just deny it.
Jennifer's dad. Yeah, Jennifer's dad, who was in his 90s, he used that trick all the time. Like he would come home with new dents in the car, and we'd be like, "What did you hit? What did you back into?" And sometimes we would be like, "All right, I can tell you backed into a yellow pole," and he's like, "Nope,
I didn't." Was it yellow paint?
Yeah, he's like, "I don't know anything. I don't know.
Giveaway.
I don't know what yellow pole hit my car. It wasn't me."
No idea what happened. Be like,
So
I saw you run into something, Scott. No, you didn't. I missed that. I didn't hit it, but you ran into it. No, your guys are playing tricks on you, dude. That was not me.
Tony
All
Jenkins,
right.
Tony Jenkins is in the chat. He said he's laying low so that he doesn't get timed out.
Tony Jenkins got timed out the other day. Tommy laid the hammer on him. I was like, you will not talk to Tracy like that. He's like, I was having a gentlemanly conversation. What the
Sorry,
fuck?
I haven't even been looking at chat. I'm an asshole.
So for those of you guys that won't be going, if you can, Addie's been dropping links for the United Vapor Alliance rally.
What's up, man? Yeah, so
if you can afford to throw in a few dollars, they're paying for buses. There's all kind of services that those donations are helping to cover. But the more donations they get, the more buses they can pay. And they're still renting buses for people and planning stuff for new cities. So if you could just drop by there and give them a few dollars if you can.
Yeah, I think they have a bus from Harrisburg, which is like a couple hours west of me. I mean, so it's not good for me, but they have a bus leaving Harrisburg to drive people down. And they have I think if you go to their Facebook page, you can follow the links and find out. But they have a lot of buses.
Yeah, so and
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and they're offering like free, like you buy it, like you pay for your ticket, I guess, for the bus, and you get you even get like a bottle of juice or something like that, or a couple bottles of juice. I think it said.
I'll be damned.
There's all kind of stuff. There's one going from Atlanta that's going to be spending the night at the hotel, and basically companies paid for half of the trip for every person on the bus. So
that's amazing.
They get like the bus fare back and forth. I think 2 nights in the hotel room with breakfast, and it's like $100 or $150 or something like that. And
nice.
Some company pays for the rest. So if you think you can make it there, just don't have a ride. Check the Facebook group for United Vapors Alliance, and they may have buses from your city. They also have a carpool thing where people are saying, like, I'm coming from whatever city, have 2 seats open, and other people say, I need a ride from so-and-so. So if you think you can get there and join us, we need feet on the ground bad.
How many people do they estimate are going to be there? Do they have an idea?
They do have an idea. They've kept it pretty close under tight-lipped because the ants are planning on being there. They don't want to.
Yeah, but I thought they can't protest.
So,
like, I thought that the type of what are we calling this again? The type
permit that they have.
Yeah, that's permit. They can't protest it.
There's rules, and I know they have security and White House police. It's their jurisdiction, and Secret Service will be there. So hopefully they'll get rid of them when they do show up. But they are sending out invitations to their cave people.
To their what? Their cave people?
They're cave people.
Oh, those fucking guys. Dude, and they got money. Are
they going to bust like some like teens in as well and give them credit?
I don't know.
Credit for.
So they've kept it under wraps, but I've heard thousands going around, so it's gonna be a good turnout. I've actually been impressed with just how much feedback we've seen online already from people that are going and making plans and sharing their hotel rooms.
I don't know if you watched Rip Tripper the other day.
I did.
He mentioned it at least 3 or 4 times.
Actually, I just watched that today, and I don't watch Rip Trippers, but the girls were posting in our group chat to go check out his latest video. All right, you know what? I'm going to be the one differing opinion here because they thought he did great too, but I still think it's like too little, too late, as always with him.
You know, partly he addresses that, and he kind of went over.
Yeah, but he said that his advocacy is doing reviews. Like that's not advocacy.
Well, it's hard to argue, right? That's the comment that it's hard to argue. Like I was thinking too.
I mean, there's a whole.
At the end of the day, he got a lot of new people to the rally. When you look at the numbers on the.
Oh, really? Okay, then you know what? That is good.
Right after his video went live, they had like.
He's got so many viewers.
Requests or something for people to join the group, like within the first couple minutes that went out. So.
That's fantastic.
It did. It worked, and it got people there. And I think it got more people there by him doing the whole clickbait thing a day early than if he just said, I'm posting an advocacy video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The clickbait was perfect. Yeah, the clickbait was perfect. I think part of it, just listening to him and kind of getting a little psychology behind it, he doesn't like being told what to do. That's pretty obvious. He's like, you can't tell me. Nobody can tell me what to do. And I think that with people telling him he needs to do advocacy and do all this, he probably partly does it out of spite. Like, I don't have to do anything. you know, but at the same
But he does in his own self-interest. Yeah, exactly.
His livelihood is based upon vaping, and his channel, he said, will go on regardless. He'll probably do like reviews of other stuff, or maybe he'll do like some kind of like news stuff. Like he's got enough subscription subs that he can do whatever he wants.
Cars, and he's done bass fishing before.
Has he really? So he'll find something else to do, even if vaping, you know, is somehow, you know, because there's no products to review, then obviously his part of the community is done. You know what I mean? Like coil builders, things like that, we can still have, because I mean, they're not going to outlaw wire, I hope.
They can't.
I will say one good thing about this rally that I've seen is, with the exception of a few curmudgeons, it really has been one voice behind it, and everyone trying to get behind it in their own way, whether they're a reviewer or a consumer, or that most of the industry people that I've known. Small vape shops have done tons for this rally with donations and paying buses or renting cars to get people there, and helping organize all the people in their state at pickup locations.
I saw people willing to buy people bus tickets and stuff to get them there, and
exactly.
A lot of people pitching in.
So it's been really good to see that. Of course, it's because the shit's hit the fan, but I'm glad we're seeing it.
Yeah, I'm going to put, so I got my Patreon money today. I'm going to go ahead and just put, I've got some bills. I got to pay medical stuff. I got to use that for the last month. And then I'm going to put the rest of it towards the.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. I don't know how much it'll be. But it'll be, you know, maybe a couple $100, maybe buy somebody's trip there.
Amazing. Yeah. That will go a long way.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that. I hate being that guy. I don't know why I even said it. I probably shouldn't have said it.
You know, I don't want to get religious here, but I am a religious person. I went to seminary and all that. And I do think that that's a very good lesson that we can take from the good book, in that when you give, you don't tell people that
you don't tell people.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, because you know, there's no true. I do believe that there's no really true altruism. Like there's no like true giving, because every time you give, you get something back from it. You know what I mean? So
I give, and I do work for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, because I don't want anyone else to have to deal with the loss that I had. I mean, so there is a reason that I do it, and it's that I don't want other people to hurt like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
absolutely,
people do things for a multitude of reasons. But
Bloomberg gives 180 million so that he can put out a product so the competition is crushed before he puts his product out.
Yeah.
But that's like business as usual for them, and that's what has to stop. That's what, you know. I hope that this rally is just a piece of a larger movement to just stop this corruption and money in our government, because our government is something that's working for big corporation and not for the people. I mean, and look, it's never been perfect, but it's gotten to a point now that it's just like, you know, the government only makes rules and laws in the interest of big business and money.
Yeah, and like
businesses are considered people now.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That's one.
They have the same rights as a person does.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It is, and you know, there's a balance, and I think that
there is a balance, because you know
there's a balance to it.
You want the market to be free enough to innovate and to do a good job, but then when the market gets to a point where one company takes control, monopolizes it, and then leaves everyone else out in the cold, that's where the government needs to step in. And throughout history, you know, Roosevelt did it, you know, to break up the monopolies. You have to, Theo. I think, God damn it, fuck my history. Anyway, but the point is, like there needs to be a balance between business and the government regulating when it's absolutely necessary. Like when you know, but we all know when corporations or you know, certain business practices just are too far. Everyone has like that sense, so someone has to police it. But
well, I think when business, I think that there needs to be a balance, and what I mean by that is that you need to protect businesses so that they can employ people and capital through the system, right?
Yeah.
Same time, you can't muffle innovation. You can't stop people's, enjoyment of life or bettering their life, giving them a better life. And taking away harm reduction is a perfect example of something that is basically taking away people's, quality of life for people. And that's not what innovation, that's not what business should be about. Business is to provide a service, something that people want, people need, and can improve their life. And taking that away is not what it should be about.
Well, and so much of what's going on right now has been all false pretenses because they used the THC vapes that were cut down, by illicit, folks obviously trying to cut down their product and sell more, and that vitamin E made people sick. But then they springboard it to vaping with nicotine, and one has nothing to do with the other. And the thing is, they knew that for the most part, the general population didn't know dick as far as the difference between the two, and they could. But and that's why, thank God, so many judges have stepped in and said, you can't have an emergency order for something that's not related to the emergency.
Right.
And that's exactly right. And I thought they did a good job presenting the lawsuits that way. And in the cases we've won, it's every judge saying, wait a minute, there's no correlation here. Like, you haven't told me any way how this is linked. Come back when you have a real case, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Now, actually, can I ask you guys something about that? Because I've been, honestly, because I didn't have a show to do this week, I've been kind of going, as far as like the internet, I've been kind of laying back this week and trying to have like a mental break.
That's good. Yeah.
Was every state overturned except for Massachusetts? Is that right? Or did Massachusetts also get overturned?
Massachusetts isn't done fighting it out yet, unless something has happened today. They thought they were in the clear on an overturn, and then it kind of came back.
Oh.
I believe it has. I don't want to mix up the latest out of Washington State, but I believe it has. Just about every one of them has been overturned or put on a temporary injunction.
Mowgli says that we're still fucked in Mass. That answers that.
So one thing I wanted to cover real quick. There was a story that was out, I guess Wednesday night. It started hitting the press. Thursday, it got pretty hot on most of the news stations about Juul selling contaminated pods.
Yeah.
I was just reading that article today, and about how the CEO didn't give a rat's ass about it or something like that.
Yeah, we had some, of course, most of us are on the Fuck Juul campaign, and a lot of vapors got excited and shared that, thinking it would just be a slam against Juul.
No.
Why would you share that? Anything that's bad about vaping, including, like, don't share that news.
And basically the news said that Juul was selling contaminated pods. That was the headlines.
But was it true? Was there any evidence to back that? It's a
disgruntled employee.
Yeah, it's an ex-employee that's filing a whistleblower lawsuit. Yeah. And he is saying that apparently they had some pods sitting in the warehouse for almost a year. And when they got ready to ship the pods out, he told them
were they just letting it steep?
Basically, he told them that they needed to put a best buy date. So once it's sat on store shelves or in distro warehouses for whatever period of time, that people would know. And Juul said, we don't agree with that. We're shipping them, basically, and shipped them anyway. Well, he got laid off. And it was actually because he kind of bumped up his resume a little bit, is what it sounds like their excuse was. But he got laid off and filed as a disgruntled employee that it was retaliation for him bringing up those old pods. So it's not like they tested the
Something
pod.
Smells fishy about that story, though.
One thing about it is saying something's contaminated versus saying that it's expired.
Yeah, like what's it contaminated with? Like we all
contamination means it's like there's something in it that's going to hurt you.
Yeah, and I think
expired means that it may not have the same effect. There's nothing in it that's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna play straight into that ant's narrative. It's contaminated illicit pods. Now they're contaminated Juul pods. It's all vaping that's bad. So I just urge you guys, at least go find the PDF of the lawsuit and read that. Because jumping on this fuck Juul train with things like this, it's going to bite us in the ass. So just be careful what you're sharing or what you're excited about until you read past the headlines.
It's weird. Like, I don't love Juul. As far as I've tried them before. Like, I don't actually like Juuls personally. Their business practices have been questionable. However, they're a big business. Look, I'm a stoner for my whole life pretty much. And, that's Pax Labs. They make one of the best weed vaporizers there is. So when I saw that they were getting into e-cigs way back, I was like, wow, I bet that is going to probably be really good. But the things that they do because they are a bigger business, and they are a business that's only interested in money. And that becomes apparent when they try to work with the FDA. Because they don't want their own product banned. They're doing everything they can for themselves, because that's what capitalism is.
Right. Yeah. They're trying to have a pathway for their product to be the one that gets through.
But there isn't that strict big business capitalism within the vape community and the smaller businesses.
Right.
There's more of a camaraderie with us.
Right.
But you know, Juul is so much bigger than most of the vape companies that we deal with, that I'll just put it. I'm not surprised by like pretty much any of their actions. I really am not. That doesn't mean I support it, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. You know
what else? It would have been. Sorry, one more thing about Juul. If Juul wasn't the first ones to come up with this pod that got popular, it would have been someone else.
Yeah.
Right. Whoever was at the top would have.
Yeah, it would, and they would be the one that were, you know, it's
exactly right.
Somebody needed, you know, and the thing is, because it plays into the ants.
That's right.
You know, Donnie Smokes, or whoever started the Juul thing, you know, he had like, it's kind of suspicious how he actually came about. When he started Juuling and have the Juul session, all that, like it literally had like millions of views in like a day. And it's kind of weird that, like, how did it get so many views so quickly? And like, why did it become popular? Like, and then all of a sudden that, you know, it like spread almost like, I don't know. It almost feels like it was not maybe made up. Like they bought views for it to like make it look like it was more popular than it was.
Possible.
And all of a sudden, everybody's doing it now. It becomes a Juuling, becomes a thing.
They had a gigantic.
It feels really suspicious how that all started.
Well, that's because of the size of their multimedia campaign when they started out. You know, they hit everything. You know, and although they definitely moved to like non-teen targeted ads and things like that, when they started, they were blasting shit at everyone.
Right, and that's what this whole ex-employee lawsuit is about. Is he basically just destroys Juul as a company, saying they thought they had a good enough understanding of the master settlement agreement that they could use Big Tobacco's mistakes in the past to get their product through and hook kids on nicotine. And they talk a lot about flavors, how flavors hook kids, and they go on into the deaths and stuff all over supposedly these old mint pods in the warehouse. But you can tell it's clearly, basically, it looks like it was written by the ants, and they just found the next employee to kind of fit the bill.
Yeah, but Charlie and Scott, let me ask you this: if someone handed you a bottle and said, "I made this. It's been you know steeping for a year," you would vape that.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh yeah, for sure. I've had juice that's over 3 years old that still was fine when I opened it and I vaped it.
Yeah. There's nothing in it that can really hurt you. I mean, there's nothing like in it that's going to,
the flavoring,
it's not contaminated.
Yeah, as long as the flavoring doesn't smell rancid. But yeah, they made it sound like Juul basically accidentally had arsenic in their pods or
yeah,
something.
like they put like lead in there or something.
No, but like nothing would have gotten in there if they were sealed. We're assuming that they were, so they sat for a year. Are they even expired at that point?
Maybe, yeah, probably.
Well, this guy didn't say they were expired. He basically just said he was concerned they might expire once they got to the distributors or the retail.
And how does that lead to contamination? Like, that's what I don't understand.
That's just what the story ran with. I'm sure his attorney did a press conference and.
Yeah, but a bunch of people that didn't really know what the fuck they were talking about could get it over on anyone real easily, you know. But you know, I like to think, and I know it, that everyone who's in chat right now, you know, the hobbyist side of vaping, we do know better. The problem is always getting what we know in a simple enough to explain way to like the people that don't know any better.
That's right.
Yeah.
And because you lose interest, you can see, like, as you try to, like, people ask me, like, I would say at least every day I talk to someone and explain to them what's going on, and you can start to see their eyes glaze, and you make mental notes to yourself when you see their eyes glaze, because cut that part out, just the details, you know.
Yeah, I had a conversation last night very similar where somebody was a mother saying that, Juul killed these people and stuff like that. I'm like, that not the truth, but she didn't understand the difference between a Juul and a vape. And she had no idea what it even meant. So I can't believe it's been an hour already.
Whoa.
I can't believe that was an hour. But we got to start wrapping it up, unfortunately.
Big birthday, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Wait, Scott, it's your birthday?
That was Wednesday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah. We're going to a Japanese steakhouse.
Wait, how old are you, Scott?
46.
You're a baby.
40 fucking 6.
You're a baby, man. I wish I was 46.
Damn, I don't feel like a baby, Michelle.
Dude, I got less than a month to my next one, and it's a big one. And
is it a big one?
Big.
Is it a big? Is it 5-0?
5-0.
Oh no!
The end of this.
No!
You are almost that old.
I know. I'm terrified of 50.
Dude, I'm terrified, and it's less than a month away. So.
All right, Michelle. Well, hey, do you got any parting words for the kind of people who tuned in to watch?
Come check out our show on Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, the only real time zone. I don't know. That's an old thing. And I hope you like my mods. You can't buy them. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm not selling anything. Go check out my album. You can download that. You can buy that, but you can also stream it on sound. Wait, no, hold on. Bandcamp. It's michellelynn.bandcamp.com. You can actually stream the album right from there.
And if you buy it, she donates the proceeds, right? Is that
on that site most of the time, not always on that site anymore. Yeah, I'm broke.
I'm gonna drop the link in. It's bandcamp.michellelynn.
Yeah.
Throw it in there. Everybody's on there saying almost 50. Wow. Lots of people. So we definitely did a lot of us joining that club here soon.
Billy thinks you're 76. Ouch.
Yeah, Billy, that's not very nice. These young punks thinking they're funny with their age.
Thank you,
jokes.
Jeff. Jeff says over 50 here, it'll be okay.
Oh, Jeff's awesome. All right, Charlie, you got anything for us before we get out of here, brother?
That's about it. Thanks everyone for coming. I was trying to find the link.
Are we doing a show next week?
We are doing. If you want to, I'll do a show next week from. I'll be at the Raleigh Hotel.
See if you can get somebody to come on the show with you.
I'll see about that. That would be cool.
See if you can grab somebody, run into somebody.
A show next week. Check out That's What She Said. Michelle's got a great group of girls with her.
Yes.
So
wonderful people.
They've at least every week, even though they do funny, entertaining stuff, they also have good news that's coming from a very credible source. So
I know that's the great thing about it. Like I don't have when I did the vape show with Ken and Jared, like I would, I had to really stay on top of advocacy. But now I've got Danielle Jones and Angela Garrity.
Yeah.
Like which is where most of us get our news from anyway, whether even you know it or not, most of us get our news from them. Yeah. And it's just like the best way to stay like totally on top of the news, because like every Tuesday night we meet for like 2.5, 3 hours to talk about what we're going to talk about on Thursday. And then by the time Thursday hits, so much fucking news has happened in the vape world that we don't even like. It's ridiculous how fast shit happens right now.
Yeah.
So make sure you check them out. That's What She Said. And check us out next week. Take it away, Scott, and happy birthday again, Scott.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate tonight on the YouTubes. You have some great shows. You have, I think at 7:30, it's Rising Vapors. Yeah, Vape Stew on at 10:30. There's 10.
Green Room, James Franklin.
Green Room is on that's at 8, right? 8 o'clock
Eastern.
And Tommy Vapors is on at 11 o'clock. We'll probably won't see you in the chat. I'm going on a birthday dinner thing.
Wait, are you going on the stew tonight?
Oh shit. Am I going on the stew tonight?
I don't know. Didn't you say like the other day you were going on the stew?
Maybe.
Are you gonna be able to do that in time?
I don't know. I better find. I don't know how long this is gonna take. Fuck! I did tell Stan I'd go on there, didn't I? I got to talk to him. I think I did.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it.
I forgot. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably be on the stew tonight. I'll probably.
Oh, and if anyone likes this shirt, hold on. I vape, I vote. It's Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's available at CASA. They have T-shirts. and
Awesome.
money goes to support them. So
Oh, cool.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys later. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. See you Monday. We've got who's our featured builder on Monday? Let me take a gander real quick. I believe it is Big G. Big G is our featured builder of the week starting next week. And we'll have a giveaway for Turbonutta coils on Wednesday or Monday.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah.
For featured builder?
Yeah.
Sammy Nitro 5150.
Sure. Yeah. Has he got an Instagram page?
Yeah, he'd be great.
Does he have an Instagram page with builds on it and stuff?
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yep.
That's Scott's requirement.
Need some content. Got to have it on Instagram so I can see some pictures and show them off. All right, guys. We'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic night. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, everyone.